when you break the egg from outside, life ends. But if the egg is broken from inside, life begins. If this enthusiasm, if this interest to study the yoga, the spirituality, if the interest to know our roots, if it is coming from within you, that means you have begun a wonderful journey. For others also, it is a journey. I may not use the word wonderful journey, but it is a still journey only for them. Over a period of time, it may become the wonderful journey for others. And another important point, when you come to yoga, yoga begins with discipline. Remember, yoga begins with discipline. Discipline and yoga, we can say as synonymous words, which is very, very important. If you look at the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, which we will be studying for first to 12 sutras in a later period, it is a discipline. And discipline is a word we heard. And this discipline is a two types. One is self-discipline, the other one is the external discipline. In the traffic signals, if the police is there, I will stop when there is a red light. This is a discipline monitored by the external force. Whether police is there or not there, when I see the red light, if I stop, this is self-discipline. So, to progress in the yoga way of life, we need to cultivate, we need to develop the self-discipline, which is very, very important. So, we don't say in every class, keep your video on, take your notes, ask your questions, and all these things we will not say. Because it has to come within you. It is a self-discipline. How long someone can monitor you? We don't like someone monitoring us. If someone is monitoring us, then only I am doing. That means it indicates my attitude as a slavery. If I develop my self-discipline, whether someone is watching me or not watching me, if I do what I am supposed to do, that indicates the attitude of the master. A self-discipline leads towards to become the self-master. External discipline leads towards a slavery attitude. As long as someone is watching, I'm a good boy. If no one is watching, I need not to say. You can imagine. So please develop the self-discipline. Yoga begins with the discipline. Yoga begins with self-discipline. Wonderful. Srinivas, you are keeping on talking yoga discipline, yoga discipline. Can you please tell me what is yoga? Actually, you should not ask me this question. I should ask this question to you. You know why? Because you already joined for the yoga protocol instructor program. That means you know what is yoga. So let us see from the traditional point of view, what is yoga? If you look at the word yoga, there is something called etymology. Have you heard the word etymology? So, etymology, which is called Nirukta, one of the Vedanga. To understand the Vedas, to understand the scriptures, Vedangas supports a lot, helps a lot. Even though we don't study all the Vedangas, the two Vedangas one has to study. One is called Niruktam, second one is a Vyakaranam. Niruktam helps us unfold the word. Vyakaranam helps us to how to coin the word, how to understand the word. Now, here, coming back to the word yoga, the etymological meaning of yoga is yujyate anena iti yogaha. Yujyate anena iti yogaha. That means yoga is that which unites. Yoga is that which unites. Now, please think. The moment when I say that which unites, to unite something, whenever you use the word unite or whenever you use the word union, how many minimum things should be there? Two. So when these two minimum things, if I ask the question, what are those two? Some of you already gave the answer like a body, mind. Some people says body, mind, soul. But my dear friends, yoga is not meant to connect with the body, mind, soul. Remember, the first statement I am making to shake your understanding. Yoga is not for to connect your body, mind, soul. Why? Because it's supposed to be there connected all the time. It's supposed to be connected all the time. If that is so, then what could be the minimum two things? There comes the answer. Those minimum two things are, one is Jivatma, second one is a Paramatma. The Jivatma means individual self. Paramatma means the universal self. Now, when these two things are connected, when these two things are joined, how many things will be there? Only one. What is that one? Just Atma. Or you can say Brahman. Before connecting, I am an individual self, Jivatma. I am looking at the Ishvara, I am looking at the Bhagavan, I am taking as a Paramatma. When I unite the individual self with the universal self, there will be only self. Jiva is an adjective to Atma. Parama is also an adjective Atma. Adjective to the Atma. When you look at the different, that means yoga begins with the duality. I am different, Ishvara is different. Through the process of yoga, we are going to unite with the Supreme Self. Then there will be only Brahman or only Atma. If you look at the Bhagavad Gita, every chapter is called yoga. Begins from Arjuna Vishada Yoga. And you all can say, what are you doing? I have joined the yoga protocol program. I am practicing yoga. And you ask the other person, what are you doing? That person says, I am also practicing yoga. Hey, did you join this program? He may ask, what is that? But how can you say that I am practicing yoga? I am so sad. If you are so sad, then how can you say that you are practicing yoga? I heard in Bhagavad Gita, first chapter, which is called Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Now I am in a Vishada, I am so sad. So I am in yoga. Which yoga? Vishada Yoga. These days you can see many yogas. Hatha Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, Mantra Yoga, Yantra Yoga. I think you know better than me. I heard there are some yoga called Beer Yoga, Heart Yoga, Kapul Yoga, what not, many yogas. And this fellow says, I am in Vishada Yoga. So hence, understanding the word, the term yoga is very, very important. Yujyate anena iti yoga. If you look at the Panini Samskrita Vyakaranam, there is something called Dhatu Pata. In the Dhatu Pata, there are 2200 dhatus are there. These 2200 dhatus are divided into the 10 groups. Among the 10 groups, in the 3 groups, the word yoga comes. As a yuj is a dhatu. 3 places, the yuj dhatu comes. Yuj samadhanau, yuj sangati. One of the meaning is samadhi. One of the meaning is union. One of the meaning is sangati. In the Bhagavad Gita, when you look at the Arjuna Vishada Yoga, there it is taken as a sangati. Sangati means a topic, a concept. Arjuna Vishada is a concept, is a topic introduced in the first chapter. Karma Yoga, karma is a topic which is introduced in the second chapter. So at the different situations, the different meaning comes. Some places, all the three meanings can be applicable. That is a beauty. So what is the general meaning? General meaning is, or general definition is, that which unites individual self with the supreme self is called yoga. That which unites, please underline those who are writing the notes, that which unites, underline. Especially you underline the word that. We are using the word that which unites. What is that? We say that which unites is called yoga. That which unites the individual self with the supreme self is called yoga. What is that? Can anyone guess what is that? I repeat, that which unites individual self with the supreme self is called yoga. I asked you to underline the word that. What is that? That word which we have underlined, you can take anything that helps me to connect my individual self with the supreme self. If I take the work means the karma. If I take the karma as a tool which helps me to connect my individual self with the supreme self, then it is called karma yoga. If I take the bhakti, I am replacing the word that. In the place of that, I used the word karma. Then it became a karma yoga. Now, I want to replace the word that with bhakti. The bhakti which is helping me to unite myself with the supreme self. Bhakti yoga. Take out the that. Put the mantra. Mantra yoga. Anything that helps me to connect my individual self with the supreme self is called that yoga, that karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, etc. So Swami Vivekananda is a beautiful statement. You all should memorize this statement. I will just indicate the statement, you Google and you find out. Each soul is potentially divine. Statement. Swami Vivekananda makes a statement. Each soul is potentially divine. Then next line, Swamiji says, we have to manifest that divinity. What is the statement number one? Each soul is potentially divine. He is not saying only Indian soul is divine, US soul is divine, only human being. He says each soul potentially divine. Underline the word potential, potentially divine. Even though it is a potentially divine, I have to manifest that. Until unless the divinity is not there, how can I manifest? So potentially divine. Hence Swamiji uses the word potentially divine. So that potential divinity we have to manifest. We have to manifest that divinity. Then we'll ask a question. Swami Vivekananda, you are saying that each soul is a potentially divine, wonderful, and you are asking us to manifest that divinity. But my question, how can I manifest? Yes, I understood. I am that Sat Chit Ananda Swarupa Brahman. But if you take the class for another 30 minutes, I will feel more hungry. What happened to my Sat Chit Ananda Brahma? So how can I manifest? So Swami Vivekananda says, by controlling the nature internally and externally. We have to manifest that divinity. How? By controlling the nature internally and externally. Never ever say, I am like that, I will be like that only. Oh, this person's nature is like that. Always hangry, always hangry. And over a period of time, what you make? You make a stamp. What is a stamp? Is like that. This person's nature is like that. That means never progress. Never changes. Nature keeps changes. We have to control that. What is my nature? Control the nature internally and externally. Swamiji, I thought you are going to give the answer, but you are giving the statement, control the nature. How can I control the nature? It is like in most of the yoga classes, asana classes especially, what the teacher will say? Relax. Have you heard teacher saying the relax? I went to the class first time, couple of decades back. Teacher told to relax. Then I asked, teacher, if I know how to relax, why should I come to your class? You are asking me to relax. If I know how to relax, why should I come to your class? Tell me. Very easy to say, relax. Relax your mind. How can I relax? For that only I am coming to your class. Swamiji, you are also saying control your nature internally and externally, but how can I control? Swamiji says, by work, by worship, by philosophy, by psychic control, by one or more, but be free. By work. Work means within the bracket, karma yoga. By worship. Worship means within the bracket, bhakti yoga. By philosophy, within the bracket, jnana yoga. By control, what I said? By work, worship, philosophy, psychic control. That means within the bracket, Raja Yoga. By one or more means you take as only one any particular yoga or any particular tool or more than one. Ultimately, you be free, free from the limitations. That means you manifest your divinity. That is the definition of yoga. Your entire yoga protocol syllabus is unfolded on this particular statement of Swami Vivekananda. Here you studying the karma yoga. Here you are going to study what is the bhakti yoga. Here you are going to study the what is the Raja yoga. Raja yoga means like a Patanjali Yoga Sutras are called Raja yoga. And you are going to study the Jnana yoga. And everything else, whatever you say, will be accommodated any one of these four heads. And these four heads can be further minimized into the two heads according to Bhagavad Gita. Lokesmin vividha nishta pura prokta mayanaga jnana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yoginam. Bhagavan Sri Krishna minimizes only into the two groups. One is karma yoga, another one is jnana yoga. Hey, what happened to the bhakti yoga? Bhagavan Krishna says, without bhakti, there is no karma yoga. Without bhakti, there is no jnana yoga. What about the mind management, psychic control? Hey, without having the proper mind, you cannot do the karma yoga. Hey, without having the proper mind, you cannot do the jnana yoga. You cannot learn the jnana yoga. Hence, bhakti yoga and raja yoga is a part and parcel of in every yoga. This is the definition. This is the shloka which unfolds your entire yoga program. Not only the yoga protocol, even next levels also. Everything can be connected to any one of this branch. Okay. So now comes the next definition. One of the definition from the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. I am not going to discuss now what is the definition of the Patanjali Yoga Sutras because we are having the exclusive sessions on Yoga Sutras, 12 Yoga Sutras. That time I will unfold the topic. What is yoga according to Patanjali? Then next comes Bhagavad Gita. According to Bhagavad Gita, there are, as I mentioned, every chapter is yoga. But even though every chapter is yoga, according to your syllabus, the two definitions from the second chapter is highlighted. Actually, there are three definitions are there in Bhagavad Gita. One is called Yogaha Karmasu Kaushalam. And whatever I am discussing today's class will be discussed further as individual topics. I am saying that Yogaha Karmasu, Bhagavad Gita, two definitions. I will be taking these two definitions to discuss with you all about Karma Yoga. That time I use these two definitions to make you to understand what is Karma Yoga based on Bhagavad Gita. But just I am hinting. So, Yogaha Karmasu Kaushalam. Yogaha Karmasu. Karmasu means Saptami Vibhakti Bahuvachanam according to Samskrita Vyakaranam. Saptami Vibhakti. Bahuvachanam karmasu means in your actions. Kaushalam. Kaushalam means kushalasya bhavaha kaushalam. The excellency is the kaushalam. Whatever actions you are doing, do your best. That is yoga. That is the karma yoga. Within the karma yoga, one part. Whatever you are doing, do the best. If you are sweeping the floor, sweep the best. If you are cooking the food, do best. Cooking the food means not watching some YouTube videos, watching some daily serials, crying and cooking. That is not yoga karma kaushalam. When you are eating mindfulness, heartfulness, not watching the TV, we don't know what is going inside the mouth. And there will be 6 people. By chance, if you are having the 6 people or 4 people, all of them eating together. But interestingly, all these 4 are engaged with the mobile phone in the another hand. Where is the karma kaushalam? Even you don't even talking with the neighbor until unless that neighbor calls me on the phone. Over a period of time, wife also, if they want to talk with the husband, they have to call. Hey, honey, where are you? I am next to you. But still let us talk. Because if you don't call your honey, someone else calls your honey and she or he will be busy in the phone. You cannot talk. Now, where is the kaushalam? So whatever you do your best. How to do the best? I will explain in the karma yoga. Then another next definition. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Samatvam means equanimity. Yoga. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Equanimity means whenever you perform any action, there will be a result. Whether you want or don't want, result is bound to come. That is a law. That is a law of karma. A law of science. Every action will have equal and opposite reaction. It is the law. It is a law of karma. It is a karma philosophy. Every action will have its own consequences. Those consequences may be pleasant to me, may be unpleasant to me. Whether they are pleasant, whether they are unpleasant, don't lose the mental balance. That is yoga. You cannot say that every situation, every consequence will be pleasant to me. The moment when someone is calling your mobile phone, when you lift the phone, pleasant may be unpleasant. You cannot expect every time situations will be favor to you. You cannot say that every time situations is not favor to you. So whatever may be the situation, let us not lose our balance, not physical balance, mental balance. Accept the things as they are. The more we will discuss under karma yoga. So samatvam yoga uchyate. Equanimity is called yoga. Then comes here Upanishad. There is one of the Upanishad called Kathopanishad. One of the beautiful Upanishad, and very easily we can understand that Upanishad because it is a dialogue between a boy called Nachiketa and the teacher. Teacher, who is the teacher? Lord Yama is a teacher. Lord Yama is the teacher in the Upanishad, and student is a Nachiketa, young boy. Just entered into the teenage or not even entered into the teenage. When Lord Yama is teaching to this boy, so how beautiful that unfolding the topic. So in that particular topic, a situation comes, Nachiketa has to meet the Lord Yama. I'm not going back to the story, very interesting story, but still I'm going fast forward. Sometime we can discuss this one when there is a time permits. There, Nachiketa having the 3 boons. Lord Yama says the Nachiketa, I'm granting the 3 boons to you. You can encash these 3 boons. So you will ask first boon for the family, second boon for the society, and third boon for one's own self, Atma Vidya. So Nachiketa want to gain the knowledge about the self, Atma Vidya, Brahma Vidya. Lord Yama, just like they don't want to give the knowledge to Nachiketa. Every teacher will test the student before teaching the Atma Vidya, before teaching the Brahma Vidya. It is not like that modern time, I pay the dollars, you give the knowledge. That won't work. Students has to go to the teacher and serve in the ashrams. There is a Upanishad, Prashnopanishad. The 6 students goes to the teacher. And there is a Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad. Students goes to the teacher. And teacher says, hey, why you came? Student says, I came here to learn from you, study from you. Teacher says, okay, do 12 years service in my ashram. After doing the 12 years service, you can ask the questions. If I know, I will give the answer. After 12 years. But these days, even we don't have the patience for the 12 seconds. Forget about the 12 years. Where is the patience? It is a training. The 12 years is a training part, probationary period. So, in that Kathopanishad, Lord Yama is giving the temptations. So many temptations he gives. But Nachiketa is not tempted by anything. And there comes a definition. Tam stiram indriya dharanam yogam iti manyante. Mastery over indriyas is called yoga. Mastery over the indriyas. Indriyas means the senses. Mastery over the mind is called yoga. Some of you given the answer, controlling the mind. My sincere advice to you all, never use the word control. We don't like the word control. But most of the time you hear in the different books everywhere, control, control. Control is not a word which we don't like. Mastery. Mastery over the mind, mastery over the senses. When you use the word control, the so long I control, it will be under the control. The moment I give up, it will pop up. You give up, it pop ups. But when you are mastery, self-discipline, it leads to the self-discipline. So always use the word mastery over the mind, mastery over my senses. There in the Kathopanishad, this definition comes. So Kathopanishad is a dialogue between Lord Yama and a boy Nachiketa. So these are the definitions, few definitions. And next comes misconceptions. What are the misconceptions? Many people think yoga is only for the old people. You might have been seen in the companies, in the offices. When a person is retiring, on the day of the retirement, people will go to the market, get the Bhagavad Gita, and they give the presentation. What that fellow will do after retirement, studying the Bhagavad Gita? What is the purpose of studying the Bhagavad Gita after your retirement? Because so many life skills are there in the Bhagavad Gita, and you are gaining the life skills after your retirement. What purpose? How to handle the situations, how to do the administration. Krishna is the best diplomatic god. And you missed the chance after the retirement, someone gave the Bhagavad Gita to you. When to give the Bhagavad Gita? When you take the appointment in the company, you give the Bhagavad Gita. When you get the appointment in the company, you give the yoga protocol syllabus program, not the time of the retirement. And another unfortunate situation, we keep that Bhagavad Gita near the God and we say, Tera tujko arpan. Tera tujko arpan. Just for example, you come to my home. When you are coming to my home, just I'm saying, you brought something for me, some gift. I'm not asking you to come to my home with gifts, but just for an example, you came to my home, you brought some gifts. Now, I will return the same gift to you. Return gift. Return gift is wonderful, but the same gift given as a return. How you feel? This Srinivas don't have the manners. Whatever I given to him, he is given back to me. How you feel? That's what Bhagavan Krishna is feeling looking at the Bhagavad Gita in your Puja Gadi. I gave this Bhagavad Gita to this fellow to study and learn and improve the life, wonderful life. He's giving it me back. And saying every day, Tera Tujuko Arpan, Tera Tujuko Arpan. We have to study. We have to gain the mastery. So, yoga is not for after retirement. Of course, nothing wrong if the people are learning yoga after retirement. Wonderful, at least for the self, but not for the society. So, your misconceptions. People think yoga is not for the youngsters. Yoga is only for that particular category. Yoga is only for this particular religious people. Yoga is not for me. So, they brand. They means the so-called secular people. So-called secular, pseudo-secular, they brand. Yoga means only for these people. Yoga is not for the religion. Yoga is for the spirituality. So please try to understand the two different words. Religion is different, spirituality is different. Yoga helps us to become a spiritual person, making you whatever the religion you are following, you will become the best religious person that helps you to lead toward the spirituality. Any religion that which is not helping us to progress in the spirituality, that is not a religion, according to Swami Vivekananda. Someone asked the question, Swami Vivekananda, can you define what is religion? Swamiji says, religion is that which helps us to realize our own self. If it is not helping me to realize my own self, it is not a religion at all. So yoga makes you the best religious person. Whatever you are practicing, irrespective of this and that, and ultimately takes you toward the spirituality. So hence, don't brand yoga means only this religion or that religion. Yoga will not come under any religion. It is a science. Yoga is a science. Unfortunately, how the society takes, if anything is given in English, is called Western. Anything which is given in the Sanskritam, this is a religion. Arey yaar, it is a language. Sanskritam is a language. English is also a language. Don't look at them differently. English also is a language. Sanskritam also is a language. Something is given in English. Something is given in the Sanskrit. If you want to read the Shakespeare's novel, you should read in English. Then only you will enjoy. By suddenly, I translate the Shakespeare's novel into Telugu. My mother tongue is Telugu. And when you read that Shakespeare's novel in Telugu, you don't get that kick. We need to get the kick whenever we read something. So similarly, when you want to study, you need to study in which language it is given to you. Don't brand as a religion. Okay, it is a language is different, religion is a different. Okay, so yoga is not comes under one particular religion, and people says yoga should not be practiced by this woman, that woman, this man, that man, this pregnant woman. That no, wrong. Everyone can practice the yoga, but only advise if I am talking about the related to pregnant woman. If that woman, I don't want to use the word pregnant woman as woman, we use the word mother. Because we do some programs called Garbha Samskar programs. You know, Garbha Samskar programs, it is like a preparing the chip before it comes out. Preparing the software of the chip of the baby before it comes out. It is like a motherboard. So, this yoga, if a woman who conceives, before the conception, if that person is having the practice of yoga, even during the pregnancy, you can continue a practice, absolutely fine. But in case you want to start the practice of yoga only at the time of the pregnancy, it is advised to practice under the proper guidance. And that too after 6 months, 7 months. If you don't have the habit of practicing, if you don't have the knowledge of yoga, we advise not to do. Because you never practiced, suddenly that day you want to practice, not good. So because of this, so people started generalized the statement, yoga is not for the pregnant woman. No, every pregnant woman can practice. Okay. So this about the little bit, just little bit about the yoga. So I said, and what is the aim? The ultimate aim, I mentioned to you Swami Vivekananda's statement, that is manifest the divinity. Ultimate aim is manifestation of the divinity, which you can call to moksha or kaivalya or self-realization or sat chit ananda swarupa. And there is a general objectives for the modern point of view. The modern point of view, general objectives of the yoga is for the good health. In the corporate sector, if you say, hey, come on, you practice yoga, you are going to gain the self-knowledge. That person says, I don't care, I know about myself. Because that person don't know what is self-knowledge means. So when you are promoting the yoga, don't say that yoga is for the self-realization, yoga is for the nirvana, yoga is for the moksha. You will get the moksha from your classes because no one will be there. So you have to say, yoga, oh, practice the yoga. It's good. It helps you to relieve the mental tension. It helps to remove your stress. It is a fact, but it is a byproduct. Remember, whatever in the society, so-called benefits we are talking, they are the byproducts, remember. Of course, byproducts will have the more value than the main product. Like a molasses will have the more value than the sugar. From the sugar cane when it comes, so byproducts are in the more value. It is a fact. I'm not saying, I'm not denying. The health is good, physical health will be good, mental health will be good, no doubt about it. You will gain the flexibility. Once when you gain the flexibility, you'll be healthy. All these are facts, benefits as an objective for the material world point of view. But ultimate goal of yoga is manifestation of the divinity from within myself, or moksha or nirvana. So with this, I conclude today's our talk. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhaver. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Thank you.